is no ordinary house. Love the texture of it, shaped like a crescent moon. Red rose, floral and fruity, silver cat, crystal candle holders. Tea is all ready to drink. Hello. How are you today? My name is Charlotte, and I will be styling your desk tonight. First off, I would like to say how magnificent your castle is. I admit it was a bit of a journey to get here. My carriage passed through the deep dark woods, and more than once I believe I heard a mysterious howl in the distance. I think I hear it again, but no matter. We're here. We're safe now in your beautiful, majestic, grand castle, where I believe anything is possible. And I have just the most perfect desk in mind for you that will suit the ambiance and atmosphere of your room perfectly. But first, I always like to start by giving the desk a little bit of a brush before we begin. Is that alright? Wonderful. So this is my brush. It is made of the finest wood and horsehair. It is very, very soft, and it will be sure to eliminate any dust that has accumulated on your desk without scratching it. So we'll begin at the top and then work our way down to the bottom. So I am just using rhythmic brush strokes, going with the green of the wood and not against it. There. Now the desk is perfectly clean, a blank slate on which to start our masterpiece. The first thing that we are going to do is the most important, and that is to get you a nice hot cup of tea. So for tea, I have something very special for you, because you are a very special client. You are not an ordinary client, and this is no ordinary house. I got you this beautiful mug that has a purple crown on top and a matching spoon that is encrusted with gems. I love this detail at the bottom. It has such a royal, luxurious feel to it. And this is the matching saucer. It has a basket weave design on the bottom, and it also has these blue gems encrusted into the side. I hope that you love this mug as much as I do, and I hope you feel very special indeed drinking from it. So for today's tea, I have this tea ball, and it is a flower one knows exactly what flavor it is, but that if you put it in warm water, it will bloom into something beautiful and delicious. So I will put it into the mug and we will see what it blooms into. This water contains ancient healing properties, so we'll see how it does. I will pour this water into this mug, and we will let your tea bloom. So I will just swish the water around very gently, just to help let the water soak completely into the flower ball. And I can already see that it's turning into this slight champagne color. So I will let the spoon rest here, and I will put the cap back on, and I will set it aside. Next, I would like to show you your journals. So the first one is this red leather-bound journal, and it has these ancient designs on it. No one quite knows what these designs mean or where they came from, but I think that they have a mystic beauty to them. Don't you agree? And it has a ridged spine. So this is just one of the many notebooks that I have brought for you. And let me show you the other ones. I also have this one. It has a similar design and feel to these symbols on the border of this notebook. But this one has gold foil and blue foil, and I just love the texture of it. And it has these little gold dots that look like stars in the night sky. This is a smaller miniature journal that I believe you could take anywhere in the castle, so that if you happen upon a window that you particularly like, you can always keep this by your side and write down your thoughts. The nice thing about this journal is that it is unlined. It is just blank pages. And so I believe that it would be wonderful for creative writing or drawing or painting. I last journal that I have for you. I liked this because it similarly has these little gold balls of light that just remind me of a midnight sky. And I love this deep purple color. It also has a similar feel and I believe kind of matches with this teapot. And the front color says brilliant ideas. So maybe this can be a journal for all of your wonderful and brilliant ideas as you sit in your castle chair. Look at how many pages are just waiting for you to fill them up with your thoughts and ideas. The ideas that you have, which are so powerful. And they can be all housed in here. So I will put this right here. Next, I have this small jewelry plate. It is shaped like a crescent moon, and I thought that it would be a wonderful place to put your jewelry. Speaking of which, while I was at the shop, I also found this beautiful bracelet. It is a green and gold beaded bracelet with emerald gems in it. And I thought that this was beautiful and that it would match so nicely with your gowns. And I see you're wearing an emerald green gown now. So I think that this would be beautiful on you, as anything would, really. So I will put this bracelet right here in its new home. I also bought this emerald ring for you. To be honest, the woman at the shop who sold me this, she said that it had an interesting history. I am not sure what she meant by that, but I just thought it was so beautiful that I had to buy it for you. So, I will put this right here. Next, I would like to give you your pens, if that is alright with you. I have one black pen, one green pen, and one dark maroon pen. And I just thought that these were nice colors that would be easy to read in your journals. And they, I think, match the mood of the room, so to speak. So I will just put these right here next to this journal. And to accompany the pens, I also have these letter openers. So I think that will go with this one. What do you think? So I will just put this right here. Next, I'd like to show you some books. So these are two books that I brought with me. The first one is called Chinese Fairy Tales and Legends. You can see this beautiful gold outline and this beautiful traditional Chinese dragon and a figure of a woman riding the dragon. The Chinese culture has so many wonderful legends and fairy tales. I don't believe they're quite as well known as Hans Christian Andersen or Grimm's fairy tales, but equally as captivating and interesting, I believe. This one, for instance, number 54, says, "The Punishment of Greed." And the description says, "Grave robbing is the subject here. However, don't let that put you off. Granted, there are some rather gruesome moments, but it's also a dramatic and engaging story." So, and if you can see, this is an example of an illustration. So I will put this right here. I thought that you might like to read it. And speaking of Grimm's, I got this beautiful book with red foil in the leaves. And if you can see, there are trees here, but the trees look quite sinister. To be honest, these trees look like the trees that I passed through on the way here. There was something very sinister and eerie about those trees as well. And this is the beautiful spine. And there are more trees and red foil, shiny leaves on the back as well. And even though these trees do look sinister, they're also strangely alluring, I think, and it makes me want to read more about it. So, see these gold gilded pages. This is a picture of an owl. And I really like this red ribbon. That you can use as a bookmark. So we will close that for now. your house, of your castle actually. And so I thought that it could keep you company here. The tea is starting to bloom now. It has this beautiful, it has just the most amazing floral and fruity smell imaginable. It smells like honeysuckle and lychee, and I just think that this is so beautiful. But I will just set this aside for you for now because we do have one last detail, and those are these crystal candle holders. And I think that these long tapered candles that will go in them will add a lot of height and give some dimension to the dusk. So here is the first candle. And here's the second one. Now it's time to light the candles. And so now I will do a little bit of rearranging. There. How do you like your dusk? That makes me feel very, very good. The candles are burning very brightly now, and your tea is all ready to drink. And so I believe that it is time for me to head back on the road. Yes, I do believe that it is storming out, but I think that I will be just fine. I hope that you just relax as you stay inside. Your notebooks are here waiting for you. It is cold, and it is dark and windy outside, but inside your room, it is warm and safe, and there's a fire that is warming you from your head to your toes. So I hope that as you drink your tea and revel in the candlelight, I hope that you relax and that you take some time to just be by yourself, your wonderful self. If you should require any assistance from me, I would be delighted to help